That's a sorry applause for you. That was a pity applause. So are you afraid to go back?
I'm not afraid. I just don't. Some people go back to fight, and I see the fight and I go away.
You see the fight and you run?
I don't know. I have no interest. I had problems in Israel before, and I think right now it's not for me.
The fight not for you? Oh. Are you Jewish?
Yeah.
Why is it not for you?
Why it's not for me? Not because of the. By the way, yeah, it's a religious war, and I'm not into this religion.
Oh, you're not religious?
No, it's not religion.
And so when they start the war here like that, are you gonna run from here too?
Well, if I want to stay alive, I'll do what I need to do to stay alive.
Where will you run to?
If I will
Palestine?
I like the airports.
You like the airport?
Airports. All around the world.
Amazing.
I don't know. The truth is, I don't know. I didn't want to get stuck in Israel.
Right.
You know, all the air companies canceled all the flights except for Israel.
Yeah.
So I said, better have a safe source.
So when the war is over, will you go back home? I mean, will you hold your head high and go back home?
I'm not optimistic. That's why I want to have a wait and see.
Oh, I see.
I was a soldier. I was in the army, a tank commander.
Oh, yeah? Everybody have to join the army over there, right?
Yeah. Between the age of 18 and 21.
Right.
All males, if they are not religious, you know, it's
If,
complicated.
if they're not religious?
Some people can do different stuff.
Oh, if they're not religious, they don't have to join?
It's not accurate. Some religious people do, but the secular do more.
That's interesting. I think they used to do that here.
Mandatory? Only in times of emergency.
What?
In times of emergency.
Right. Yeah. What?
When Donald Trump was president, he was your age.
Welcome to Fellowship. I am Jesse Lee Peterson. Good morning. You can get involved by going to our chat line on the YouTube there. And Hank will take your questions and comments and pass them on to me, and I will respond accordingly. Good morning, y'all.
Good morning.
How's everybody?
Great.
Yeah? Nice. Anybody had a life this week?
Yes.
Any questions or comments? Anybody had a life? Any questions or comments? No one brought anything, you only came to receive. That's amazing, huh? What would happen if I just came to receive? We'd all just sit here and look at each other? Let's try it. Thank you. One person with a life.
Yes. And just like right down that question you just asked to us, you know, presented and about if we would come over, and it makes me realize like how greedy I can be. And you know, and I've been listening to a little bit more to like the radio station because I was just listening to you on the Fallen State on the interviews. So I was just like so feeling you, and I was even not even realizing like I was just connecting in a relationship with you where I was like, yeah, I'm so with you. And I was thinking that I was gonna connect with you, and I didn't even realize I was seeking validation.
Yeah.
Like outside of you, and I knew I was going crazy, and I don't know, then you presented too like about the Bible thumper, and I don't know, I mean, I have my Bible right now, because at the end of the day, you know, but I've been reading it a little bit different now, because when you had said, I think you were saying like, we're supposed to read it, you know, you could read it, but not to like remember.
Yes.
And then I had come across like, because I read it every single day, you know, and I remember like coming across this scripture about like the word being implanted in us.
Yes.
Right, and I was like, wow, you know what? And I'm not gonna lie, there's moments that, you know, because I do believe in my thoughts, and I'm like, okay, Vanessa, get out of your minds. And I'm a very emotional person. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm 38. I've been celebrated for that at times from people like, oh, that's good. Like,
You've been celebrated for being emotional?
yeah, like, oh, you're just a caring person, and like, you know, and or like they'll even tell me, like, even people at church will even make excuses like, oh, you're passionate. That's okay. And then even sometimes with my darling husband, like he would
That's
try
your
to.
husband?
Yes,
Is he beta?
He's patient.
Is he alpha male or beta male?
He's alpha male.
Nice.
Yes, and he'll check me, and I would like fight back, you know, and like he would just kind of like, you know, walk away from me at times, you know. And there's this saying in Spanish that my grandma would say, like, a las locos no les se lo hacen caso, or something like that, which is don't pay attention to crazy people.
Yeah.
And I would get so irritated. Yeah. I would label him in my mind and judge him like as being like, oh, he's so not emotional. He's such a jerk, you know? Like, what did I get myself into? Like, God was right. Why didn't I listen when, like, I knew that I should have been yoked up, like, oh, like, with a Christian? Like, because, you know, he was Catholic when I met him, but we were drinking. So I couldn't really, like, you know. I was like, oh, as long as you believe in God, you know what I mean? Like.
You met him when you were drunk?
Well, yeah, on my I had finished a bottle of wine at home and I was drinking a beer at the bar. But he was so funny. I don't know, but yeah. But anyways, and I invited him to church though. I was like, okay, this is how I'm gonna really weed out the person, you know. I'm like, you know, would you want to go to church the next day? And he's like, okay, yeah, I'll call you. I thought I'm never gonna hear this guy again, like, you know. But he called me back. But anyways, the implant of the word, yeah. I started to realize, like, and I would fight with him, and I was thinking, like, he was crazy, and I was pushing him away. And then I realized, like, too, like, I'm pushing God away and pushing away what Christ did. And I realized, like, you know, like, okay, stop, Vanessa, don't get emotional. That's not a God. You know, the gardener, right? Like, he's amazing at gardening. I don't have a green thumb. And so, like, he implanted the word, and so when I go in there, I'm uprooting it. So, yeah. I don't know, just realizing all those things where I'm just making a mess when I just need to just chill and relax.
Yes.
Like on.
Are you still a Bible thumper?
I don't want to thump anybody with the word anymore because I realized what that word meant. So I was like, oh, because you're going, you know, and I don't want to weaponize what God, when he, you know, that's the thing I realized, like, you know, Vanessa, like, Christ, like, you know, and people always say in the church and we could get it so twisted, like gnarly, right? Like wood, like, oh, twisted like that. And
So are you're not a Bible thumper anymore?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't want to be.
And are you?
Maybe I'm a closet Bible thumper to myself. I sound like, oh, because like I realized, like, man, you know, I keep listening and I realize, like, I'm a schemer. I'm even like the whole week even thinking about coming here. You know, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna say that, and ooh, like, yeah, I'm gonna sound so smart because I'll be judging everybody who's been in here. Like, I'll hear your voices, and I'm like, that person's so like retarded, like, you know. And then, but I'm the one. I realized, and even last time I came here, I said that, and I go, Vanessa, you're the one who's got it so. Then that's why, like, I'm the fool because I think I'm so like giving or smart, or I try to give people lectures, or I try to school my husband, and sometimes he looks at me kind of like, and sometimes I think he's lost in the sauce, and I realize I am.
Yeah.
I'm the mental patient with like shoestring around my neck, like trying to write prescriptions to people, and even diagnosing myself. Yeah, but yeah.
So are you a Bible thumper now?
I'm crazy now.
You crazy?
Yeah, but now I realize I'm crazy. Now.
Right.
Like, that's why I'm like, God, I do need your help, and you know, you make the crazy people like sane, you know.
Right.
And so like
He does.
yeah, and he brings order, and you know, and I try to do the silent prayer, you know, like, and you know, do I do it completely correctly? I keep judging myself. I'm like, man, Vanessa, you got to do it a little bit longer. Or I'll just check in and out. I'll weave in and out throughout the day. So I'm like, oh, you're good. But then I realized you brought up a point to, I think last week or something, where like there's about like this false checking of like consciousness. Cause I'm like, Vanessa, be here. Stop thinking in the present. Stop thinking in the future. Stop thinking in the past. Stop trying to, just relinquish all that control, because you really don't. And you're just becoming an enemy of God because you're going against the will of God.
Yeah.
And like, you can't stand against the tide. Like, and I just realizing these things, and I just like realized like I judged like my mom, and so Vanessa, stop. Sorry. And I realized like, like I do want to be like Christ, and I'm being a poor representative of that. Like when I'm all up in my emotions, and because I'm a wreck, and I'm trying to tell people like, oh no, I got it, and it's like, no, you don't, and that's how the enemy wants to get us. Like, so we're just so far along. So like you think you got it, but you don't until you realize, oh man, I didn't get it, and I didn't realize it, and you think because you have the word, like, and you got it all twisted, and the enemy wants it, so that way, like, even like that war, right? I even had called, and I was gonna tell you guys all this stuff, and I was so glad, like, I was sitting there waiting for you guys to put me on, right? And I waited and waited and waited. I was like, yeah, and I already had written all these notes. Because like, I'm not going to come in like that. I'm going to come prepared. And as I sat there and waited, and then I didn't get, right?
Thank God.
Right, I know. Oh my goodness, I came like, I thought I was coming in peace. And I realized too, like, Vanessa, like, you're wrapped up in the enemy's game again. Like, it's not about, this war really isn't about religion. It's about money and greed. But at the same time, like, and it's about ego, and like you trying to come out here and try to set things as like demonic, like, you know what I mean? And I'm glad that all you guys like even if they filtered it or not, I'm like, don't be crazy and thinking that they're out against you too. Like, I'm like, there's probably a bunch of people who called before you, so like, why are you getting all up in your thoughts and mind, thinking that people are conspiring against you, or, you know what I mean? Because, I even had like a little bit of a breakup with you at one point.
You broke up with me?
I know, and I love you. Like, even both of them are kind of like, man, you're always talking about Jessie. I was even messing with her too. I go, I'm gonna tell Jessie. But then I realized, like, Vanessa, you're being, I'm weaponizing you now.
Who do you love more, your husband or me?
He would probably be like, Jessie. And then sometimes I have to check myself, like, Vanessa, like, that's not right. Like, like.
And so are you a Bible thumper still?
I gotta smoke on that, but not smoke on that.
Yeah, you can. Here's what I recommend.
Please.
Don't read the Bible this week at all.
And then, okay, do what?
I'm sorry?
And do what?
Just watch yourself. Watch your thoughts. Stay present. Don't read the Bible, and you will see if you're a Bible thumper for sure.
Okay.
It's going to be like a withdrawal for you. Like, you can't smoke no more pot.
Oh, which I do.
You smoke pot?
Yeah, and I wanted, that's like, last time I came here, I was kind of focused more on other stuff, but I was like, I have to be focused on me and being honest.
Your husband like, why don't my wife be quiet?
I know, that's why I was trying to be quiet last time. That's why I kept my mouth quiet. I was like, it was a real hard thing for me, I'm not gonna lie. I wanted to chime in so much. I wanted to be the first one to be like, but I was like, Vanessa, don't, because I want to think about my husband's comfort, and, and about like what makes him, not that like he's, I have to be fragile, but he's my husband, and,
right.
It's not about catering to him, it's just being considerate about.
Do you obey your husband?
I'm sorry?
Do you obey your husband?
Yeah, now, I didn't before, and I realized, like, man, that's why I'm in a heap of trouble, and that's how come we're all twisted, and then I don't understand him because I'm not really accepting reality.
What are you thinking right now?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I guess I'm just kind of a little confused. I mean, this is, I don't really know what this place is. I know we came here before, but I'm just kind of like, so church is just people coming here and kind of like unloading all their issues and problems and wanting advice and all that, which is, it's good to express yourself and communicate, but I think some people get a little carried away with all that when it's just like, okay, you just got to live your life, and just take some time, find a hobby, take some time, go for a walk or something. But I feel like it's this whole, I don't know, and then it's not just the people here, but a lot of people, it's just like, hey, just take a breath and relax, okay? So.
And so you want more at church? You want us to have a choir or something?
I'm sorry, what's that?
Do you want more, like singing?
No, I
Oh.
mean, it's not even that. I
Oh.
think it's, I don't know, I guess I'm just observing and trying to understand. That's all.
Oh, nice. And so what were you thinking while your wife was talking right now, speaking?
Well, I don't know. I think that sometimes she needs to get out of her own mind and
Yeah.
just step back and focus on other things. Maybe read a book. Maybe
No, she doesn't
write
need
a
to read for a
poem.
while.
Write a journal. Write a poem. Go for a walk.
No, she need to do nothing.
Okay, yeah. Well, then, or that.
Really, if she learned to do nothing, then she'll become free. The problem with her, she cannot not do anything. And that's what's the problem with every human being. It's hard for them to do nothing. Is it hard for you to do nothing?
For me?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I guess so.
And why?
Well, because we're distracted. We don't want to sit in our own thoughts.
And why not?
Well, because then we have to think about
Speaking to the mic for me.
We have to think about things, anxious things, stressful things, or whatnot.
Will you ever find heaven on earth if you don't do that?
No, I think we need to do that.
And why don't you do it?
Well, I should.
And why don't you?
Well, I don't know.
You don't know?
Uh-huh.
You love your hell?
No,
You don't love your hell?
no, I don't think so. I want
If-
to feel.
and
Yeah,
what-
I do want to be free. I want to be free of stress and anxiety and.
So how will you ever be free if you don't sit in it?
Yeah, I guess you should. You have
No,
to.
that was a question.
Uh-huh.
How will you ever be free if you don't sit in it?
Well, I guess you won't be free.
And
If
so,
you sit- if you
and so
don't
that
sit.
means that you love your hell then, right? Because you're not sitting.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah,
And that's why your
in a
wife
way.
she's trying to do the same thing, is to overcome being crazy, but she got to stop everything. She got to drop everything and stop reading and writing and rushing and speaking fast and all that. So this hell, she can go through her hell. That's the only way out. We got to go through the hell in order to live. That makes sense?
Yeah, it does.
And how will you lead your wife through the hell if you don't do it? No, that was some questions.
Yeah, well, I guess I need to set an example.
Yeah.
And to just shut it down and not be afraid of causing a confrontation.
What, are
And
you
just saying
afraid-
like enough is enough and
Yeah.
of this and
you
it's
could
getting
see she
carried away.
desperately need it.
And then I think it's like, because in our culture we've always been told like, oh, you don't want to shut down someone's voice, someone's expression. But then at times you need to just say, hey, you know what, enough is enough of this. And we need to just have peace for this morning, for this afternoon.
Yeah, she need time out
And-
for a year. Really, but you got to lead her though. You got to, since you're married, you got to be that example until she can find it, becoming it herself. Are you afraid of her mother?
Well, this is her mother. Am I afraid of her mother? I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No.
You might be.
No, I don't think I am. We have a good relationship, maybe.
I'm sorry?
Yeah, I think we have a good relationship.
Are you honest with her mother?
Yeah, I think so. We talk about, sometimes we vent to each other.
You vent?
Uh-huh.
You vent to your mother-in-law?
Sometimes, yeah.
What? And why do you vent to your mother-in-law?
Well, because it's a person who will, we could speak about things that are stressing us out or bothering us or something.
You don't feel embarrassed doing that?
Embarrassed? No.
Really? How do you feel when he's venting to you? What's your first name? Roseanne. You don't look like you're her mother. I thought you guys were friends or something.
Oh, no, I'm her mom.
That's amazing. And so how do you feel when your son-in-law vent to you?
Well, I kind of feel like
Are you speaking to the microphone? Okay.
well, I understand him because I want to vent too, but then I don't want to sit there and badmouth or say anything about my daughter to her husband.
And why not?
It's not my place to.
Yeah,
She's married now,
right.
and so now that's his place.
Yeah. And so when he's venting to you about his problems and what are you thinking?
That he should talk to her.
And do you tell him that?
I have.
Well, don't let him ever vent to you again.
Okay.
He needs to grow up. How he's going to lead your daughter if he venting to you, venting to you.
He doesn't do it that often, though.
One time is too many.
Okay. I think it was only the few times.
One is too many.
Yeah, you're right.
Because he think it's fine to do it.
Yeah.
But so you need to say no.
No.
You need to, I don't want to hear it.
Well, I don't.
Yeah. Did you know she didn't want you venting to her?
No, I don't. I didn't mean it like that. I don't.
You didn't mean it like what?
Like,
Here's the other mic.
don't talk to me about your
No,
problems.
you should mean don't talk
You
to
know?
me about it.
No, I just think that he would have a better outcome if he spoke to her about
Well,
the
absolutely.
things that are
I tell
bothering
her
him.
not to talk to her mom about too many problems.
You tell her not to talk to her mother?
About problems that don't need to be talked about.
Is that because you need to be talking to the mom about your problem?
No,
She's taking
because
up some of your time?
well, it's much more common for Vanessa to call her mom about a problem, and then I say like, hey, you could talk to me about that, but you don't need to stress your mom out about some kind of trivial thing that has come up.
But how is Vanessa going to talk to you about it when you're busy talking to her mother about it?
Oh, well, I don't talk to her about problems very often. So
One time is too
okay,
many.
well, then I guess we'll not do that anymore.
Yeah. A man is never supposed to talk to a woman about his problem. What do you think about that?
Well, hey, that's good advice. Thank you.
Amazing. So Vanessa, no, not Vanessa. What's your name again?
Rosa.
Rosa.
Yes.
When your daughter was speaking right now, what were you thinking?
Someone please take the microphone away from her. That's what I'm serious. I was like, okay, that's enough. Someone please come. What's his name?
The anchor baby.
Yeah. I was like, please take the mic.
And why did you want someone to take the mic?
A little too much.
It was too much for you?
I think for all of us. Not just for me.
Who were bothered by it was too much? Amazing. And why was it too much? I got 3 hands I want to ask real fast. Let's go with the red shirt first. Why was it too much for you?
No, I appreciate her being honest, but I felt like I was trying not to have anxiety while I was listening.
You were trying not to
It was,
what?
it was like she was speaking a mile a minute, and I was just trying to keep up with what she was saying.
Oh.
And it was a lot. But at the same time, I appreciate her being honest so that she can grow, because that's obviously something that she's dealing with. And I get that, because I think that I was a tiny bit like that when I first started like a year ago. So I get it, but it was a lot.
And what were you feeling?
A little bit of anxiety. I was trying to like not be in my thoughts and process, okay, you don't need to have anxiety about this. Just go through it.
Amazing. Let me talk to the young lady behind you. How were you bothered and why?
Yeah, I just didn't like understand. It wasn't making sense to me. She was talking really fast, but her honesty was good, I guess. She let it out, but it didn't make a lot of sense to me.
And what were you feeling?
I was feeling like I kind of wanted to hear you talk more, and someone needed to take the mic.
So you're like, shut up, lady. Let Jesse get started here. And what were you feeling?
just, too, it made me almost a little anxious. I've been listening to you for a few years, and so I'm kind of familiar with your message, but this is the first time I brought my friend, and so it was kind of like her first taste, and I think I was wondering, like, does she think this is a really crazy group of people? And it came off as, I've heard you talk about, like, you can kind of slip out of consciousness when you're speaking, and that's kind of what it reminded me of. It was just sort of very unconscious.
And what were you feeling within?
I don't want to say a little embarrassed, maybe.
You were feeling embarrassed?
A little bit.
For yourself or her?
Maybe more myself, I guess.
And why were you feeling embarrassed? Do you know her?
No,
Have you ever had lunch with her?
no,
Is she a family member?
no,
Is she an in-law?
no,
Does she work with you?
no.
So why were you feeling embarrassed?
I don't know.
Yeah. Amazing. Good. Yes, ma'am.
I wasn't feeling bothered by it, but I heard her speaking, and all I thought to myself was, yo, that's me. Like, me thinking about how I ramble on about certain things and without really catching myself. Like, I can say a whole bunch of stuff about nothing.
Right.
I was telling Nick, I think last week, like, isn't it crazy that God gave us mouths, but we just say a whole bunch of nothing? That's me. I ramble on and I get in my head and I say all kinds of stuff, so I understand that a little bit. So I wasn't bothered, but I was like, whoa, I'm like that too.
Yeah. Amazing. But you didn't feel anything about
No, but it was just interesting to see that and then see myself in that too.
it?
A little
Oh,
bit.
amazing. I don't know how to start this talk now because what I was about to say has been displayed. You're going to be fine. You really are. But I want to encourage you to put everything away for a while. No more read the Bible for a while. Just do the silent prayer and watch those thoughts because you definitely want what's right. But you got to calm down so that the truth can catch up with you. You're so busy it can't catch you. But you do want it, and the fact that you want it, you welcome it, it will catch you if you slow down. So do the silent prayer every morning. Every day. Do you do the hoop and the hollering prayer too?
I do. I mix it.
You miss it? And for a week, don't do the hooping and hollering prayer. I want you to just be still because the hooping and hollering prayer is to the devil and it's keeping you away from God. And I want you to let go of everything so he can guide you for 1 week. From today until next Sunday. Will you try that?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Here's what I was going to say, and I'm still going to say it. I realized that human beings, with the S, are dumber than a rock. Human beings are the most dumbest people on earth. What y'all thinking? Anybody feel offended that you're dumb? You feel offended?
Offended? No, I agree with it.
Oh, you agree? Okay, all right. Human beings are the most dumbest people on earth. And here's some examples. Human beings are looking for the answer. Some are, most are not. And I say to them, all you got to do is give up. Be still, do the silent prayer, and let the truth catch up with you. Stop trying. Doubt every thought. And what some human beings would do is that they would do the prayer for a minute, and then when they feel better, they say, oh, I feel so much better. The prayer is helping. And then so their troubles that they're having at the time go away, but they come back again in a different form. But in the meantime, they stop doing the prayer. They stop letting the truth catch up with them. The very thing that will help them, they stop doing it because they feel better for a minute. And feeling better is not the solution. Feeling better is still feeling bad, but you just call it feeling better, so you think, well, I don't need the prayer anymore. And then as soon as something else go wrong, and it will, they rush back to the prayer. or they start whining. They start complaining rather than doing the one thing that would set them free. They'd rather listen to thoughts than to listen to nothing. Any human being that listens to thought is dumb. Even rocks don't listen to thoughts. Have you ever heard of a rock listen to a thought? Why do you then? See, I told you, dumber than a rock. Thoughts are your enemy. We want to live, well, you should want to live a no thinking life. Except for practical thinking, what I'm gonna eat, what I'm gonna wear. You know, they said that guy that did the shooting up in Maine, they said he heard voices in his head. And then they said he got some earplug or hearing aid, and he was able to pick up voices from other people around him, and he would hear what they were saying about him too. So not only was he listening to the voices in his head, if it's true, he would listen to the voices of what other people think, and that stuff piled up on him, and it drove him crazy, because thoughts are evil. I tell you all the time that thoughts are evil. And what do? You listen to thoughts. You see thoughts as an identity. You think you are your thoughts. You think you are your feelings. You think this and you think that. You're never going to enter into the kingdom of heaven on thinking. You're never going to enter into the kingdom of heaven as long as you hold on to another identity. I'm a wife, I'm a husband, I'm a mother, I'm a this, I'm a that, I'm a that. As long as you have I'm a that and these things, you're never going to enter into the kingdom of heaven. In order to enter into the kingdom, you got to lay everything down. You got to let everything go. In order to enter into the kingdom of heaven, you got to let the world go. You can't have two worlds. The world is an illusion, and you are your own enemy. I tell people, have no fear. What do? They have fear. And then they'll blame somebody else for the fear that they have. When the fear is your fear, it's in you, it's not out there, it's inside of you, but you won't pay attention to see that the fear you're feeling is your fear, it's not somebody else. But you would say, oh, you made me afraid. I was interviewing a lady on the Fall Estate, and it's coming up next week. And she was an expert woman trying to recruit other women to work in oil field or something. And I said something to her, I forgot how it went, and the word slut came up. I forgot how it went. You'll see it this week. And I said, why would any man want a slut? Something like that. And she's like, oh. I'm like, what's wrong? You hurt my feelings. And I didn't call her a slut. But she felt the pain of it. That's dumber than a rock. Do you think a rock will feel the pain of a word? If I said to the rock, you a little slutty rock. Do you think the rock gonna feel the pain? So then why do you feel pain? Why are you afraid? Why do you hold on to fear inside of you? Why do you look for love from people? People don't have love to give, just like you don't have it. We don't have love to give, but you look for love. You look for approval, and you will fight. I counsel with husbands and wives who are literally fighting each other, trying to get love from one another. They both trying to get the love, and then one would say, well, I love you, and the other would say, well, I love you too, but it doesn't feel like it. You're stuck on feelings. Do you think a rock has feeling? So now do you believe me when I say human beings are dumber than a rock? It doesn't make sense to live this way. You don't have to live this way. You can, I promise you, you can live kingdom of heaven right here on earth. Everything's been done for you. You're not a sinner. You're not a saint. You're not guilty. There's nothing wrong with you, except it's in the mind. You're worshiping the devil and calling it God or calling it you. You got to be willing to let all identities go. Last week, I told a couple of people to talk about something. And I told other people to ask a question of the person that's talking. Y'all remember that? Oh, yeah. And then, so the person will make a statement, and then some people ask questions, but they didn't just ask questions, they gave help too. Oh, you're going to be fine. Or just stay with the prayer. The statement was, the instruction was, just ask a question. But you're lost in your thoughts, and your thoughts are giving you all the answers that you've heard before, but you don't know if they're true or not. It just sounds good, and it look good to say it in front of somebody. Because those people will think you're smart, at least in your mind they're thinking that. But they're thinking, oh, all you're doing is quoting Jesse. But in your mind, you think they're thinking that you're smart. Isn't that amazing? The mind is your enemy. All thoughts are all lies all the time. You got to become a rock on earth. And you can do it, but you got to live without thoughts. You got to live without identity. You must become nobody. And a nobody doesn't need anything, because a nobody never compare themselves to others. They're never without. Their needs are always met because they're not comparing themselves to the rich or the poor or the white or the black or the this or the that. This war that's happening in Israel right now, with Israel and Palestine, whatever going on, you got people dumber than a rock fighting each other in these universities and everywhere. And they have no idea what the real war is about. They've just been told what to do and how to act. They're like, oh, we were fighting over occupy land or something dumb like that. They don't own the land. And once whoever wins the war and get the land, the people who are fighting one another in these universities, they're not going to get a piece of that land. And they'll be just held up for a minute until whomever's in charge decide they want something else, and they're going to stir them up even more so. You got to lay your weapons down. You got to lay your weapons down within yourself. Stop fighting with the devil. And you got to lay your weapon down and take his sides. You don't know what's going on. Why can't you say, I'm not taking sides in this war. I don't know what's happening. I know what the media say. I know what the politicians say. Politicians lie. Politicians know the exact word to say to draw you in. And you just walk right on into it. These kids should be enjoying each other in college right now. College life is a fun life. You're supposed to be having fun, and you ain't learning nothing no how, but you're supposed to be having fun. But they're fighting one another. They're literally on the streets fighting one another. And it's all ego. And they don't have a clue. The politicians say, watch the next politician on TV and just don't have an opinion. Don't judge him, but just watch him. You can see they lying, or she. They don't tell the truth. But if you have taken sides, you won't see that they're not telling the truth. Because human beings are dumber than a rock. You think a rock take a side of a politician? You can live, I promise you, you can have paradise here on earth, but you got to come out of thoughts and emotions. You got to, and you will be able to see what's going on without taking sides. Or when you're watching the news and they tell you the economy is bad today. There was a hurricane in Tijuana somewhere, and 800 people died. The moment they tell you 800 people were killed, you feel bad. And you didn't know either one of those people. You didn't like them, and they didn't like you, but you feel bad. And you feel good about feeling bad. Oh, because you feel like you love somebody. You don't love nobody. There's this woman that I have never met her in person, but she was like acting like she was really our friend here at the network. And she would write these nice cards and letters and all this. I'm like, oh, this is such a nice lady. And then find out later she had an agenda. And so when the agenda came forward, I refused to take sides with her. Because it's not, I don't care about that at all, right? And then she turned on us. She started name calling, she started writing bad letters. She said, you are afraid, that's why you want to do it. I'm not even thinking about it, but it's in her mind because that's what she wants. And if you don't do what she wants, she'll snap on you, she'll turn on you. Isn't that amazing? Dumber than a rock, but you don't have to be. You could really be free right here on earth. I've set before you life and death. Choose life. You're already dying, so why not choose life? And that's what I was saying to you that, what's your first name again? Vanessa. Oh yeah, I knew it was a Vanessa somewhere in there. Vanessa, you have to let go of everything. You gotta let go of the Bible. You gotta let go of writing the journal for now. You gotta let go yelling at your husband, talking to yourself in the mind. You need to slow down and the truth will catch up with you, and it will be amazing. Have you, I want to ask a question. Then I want to ask the biblical question. Did you forgive your mother?
Yes.
You forgave your mother?
I went to her and I sat with her and yes.
And what did you say to her?
That I forgive her, that because, you know, sometimes she'll say, like, you wish that some lady at church is your mom instead.
She would say that to you?
Yeah.
Wow.
And, yeah.
And why would she say that?
And I would, well, unbeknownst to me, I'm always judging her and throwing stones at her. And I would call her a liar, be like, Mom, why do you say that? I love you. I don't want this lady to be my mom. But I just realized, like, when I coming across your channel, and people have told me too, like, you talk way too fast and too much, but you made sense of everything. But I realized I was a liar and I was hiding all this hate. And I told her, Mom, you know, you're right. It's not that I wanted this lady to be my mom. I just wanted you to be a holy woman. And that's like not right for me to do that too. So I forgive you, you know, for that. That's wrong. And, you know, and yeah. And, you know, and I forgive you for allowing your sisters and your mom to say ugly things about my dad. And I never even realized that because yeah.
So did you forgive your father for not being there for you?
Yeah, yes, because it's sad that I had to do all the ugly things that I hated him for, that I was resenting him for me to be like, oh, I understand. And then coming across your channel, it just made more sense of all the jumbleness.
So you still want your mother to be holy, a holy woman?
I just want her to, I don't want her to be anything, you know, like, it just hurt, like, you know, and just me not even be so, like, microscopic on her, just let her be, you know, and just, like you're saying, like, you know, just, like, I just need to have to stop doing all this stuff and just mind my business.
Yeah. You need to mind your business, you need to slow down and work on you only. You can't work on your mother, you can't work on your husband. They can't work on you. Each individual is responsible for themselves, so only you can work on yourself. And so you don't even know what a holy mother is. If Mother Mary walked in this room right now, you wouldn't recognize her until you become that. And then you would know. Everything starts with you first, not with someone else. So cut it out.
Yes, sir.
All right?
Yes,
And just calm down and relax. and stop judging your mother or anyone. You don't want you. God is not judging you. He has never judged you, and he never will. So you got to stop doing it too if you want to be free. That make sense?
So much sense.
So calm down.
Thank you.
So you're going to have a quiet wife in the house this week. So what?
I said, we'll see about that.
She's going to work on herself this week. She's going to be totally quiet, go through the week, and she'll let me know how it goes. But you gotta work on yourself, folks. You gotta do the silent prayer if you want to be free. I can't make you free. And anyone that has anger is evil. I don't care who it is. You have anger, you cannot be trusted. An angry person is a murderer, and Satan is your God. And your nature needs to change. So the light, when you go and forgive by seeing that you're wrong, you will rise with the light. And once you rise in the light will come on inside of you, and then the light will kill the darkness, and you shall be free. The light will get rid of those identity, which is the nature of the devil. And so I would highly recommend you stop calling yourself I this and I that. I this, I'm lazy, I'm this, I'm that. You're none of those things at all. You don't even know who you are yet. And the more identities you take on, the further it takes you away from who you really are. You got to live as a nothing. And that's the hardest thing for the ego to do, is to live as a nothing, because the ego want to be God. You're nothing. It's beautiful being nothing too. You have so much time on your hand. When you slow down and stop staying busy doing nothing, spending your money, wasting your time, trying to be better than the Joneses, running around looking like an idiot. When you be nothing, you're going to have so much time and an amazing life. Amazing life. I had a friend to go and make some keys for me yesterday. And so they went and made the keys. And then they said, I'm going to give them to the person tomorrow. I hope they work. I'm like, why are you hoping the keys work tomorrow? Why don't you just make the key, have the keys made, and not worry about tomorrow? But he thought, did you think it was normal to worry about tomorrow? Sorry, I didn't mean to expose him. I'm like, why did you say that?
Because I've noticed when you make keys, they don't always work that well.
And
so you can't just assume that they're going to work.
Right.
Because you made a copy of them.
And so he makes a good point. You can't assume that they're going to work, right? Because before it didn't work. But he's assumed that it's not going to work. He's assumed that it might not work because it didn't work before. And because he assumed that, that's why he said we have to wait and see. What would happen if he had not compared yesterday to tomorrow? Been there at all, and just had the keys made and wait and see. What do you think would happen?
We'll find out.
Right. You want a find out life. Does that make sense? Yes. You want a find out life. The ego wants you to think you know now. You want to know now because it want to keep you in the illusion of the past or the future, which keep you away from God, which keep you away from life. Because God, life, the truth, everything that you need is always right here, right now. It's always right here. So you got to practice being present now. Spend time working on now. Forget about, don't let the devil pull you into what has happened, what will happen. God is not into time. He's not into time, he's into right now. If your husband beat you last night, don't wake up this morning and think he gonna beat me this morning. Have him wait and see if he gonna beat you. She got beat last night. Or if your wife beat you, because women are beating men now. If your wife beat you last night, don't wake up thinking my wife gonna beat me this morning. Have a way to see. If she beat you, you got beat. Do you know that you bring things upon yourself? You bring it on yourself by thinking that way. You could be afraid that something's going to happen, and it will happen. Isn't that amazing? But if you were not afraid and you have a way to see, it would not happen. Not only would you not do it to others, but it wouldn't be done to you. It would not. You bring it upon yourself because you are responsible for your own world. You're to blame for it. Whatever you're feeling and thinking is no one else's fault but yours. And nobody, it ain't out there, it's with you. It's inside of you. Your fear is inside of you. Your loneliness is inside of you. Your fake happiness is inside of you. Your everything is inside of you. But you don't see it because the devil tells you somebody else made you feel that way. You made me feel. I need you to help me overcome my loneliness. I need you to make me feel better. It doesn't work. Isn't that amazing? You can have perfect peace, but you gotta don't let anybody, when you go to the alcoholic meeting tonight, you going to the meeting tonight. And they tell you to stand up and tell us your name. You can stand up and say your name, and even say your name with consciousness because you are not even your name. People identify with name. They feel good about that name. Don't mess with my name. Why are you laughing at my name? They identify with names, and you can hurt them by making a joke about their name. It's like the blacks with their mama. Don't mess with mama. You talk about my mama, you got a fight on your hand. You act like you're talking about them. Right. Anyway, do you understand that? And it's not an easy thing to do because you're so identified with the false self. Like, who will I be? The devil screams, who will I be if I let this go? Who will I be if I don't be this way? Who will I be? That's not you screaming that. That's evil telling you that because you've identified with evil. So when you go to the alcoholic meeting tonight and they have you stand up and introduce yourself, I guess, just say, my name is John, I used to drink. Don't say, my name is John, I'm an alcoholic. Because what they're going to do is assign another alcoholic to you, or you got to call up, when you're about to take a drink, call up this other alcoholic and tell them that now you're on the phone drinking together. Or doing something else together. I know. Have you noticed the alcoholic people who are assigned alcoholic, they start dating each other? And then they hate each other. Because that's not the answer. The answer to the problem, you gotta let go. It's a spiritual battle. And you gotta let go. You can't fight a spirit. You just need to be aware of the spirit of evil. And read the Bible ain't gonna do it. You can read the Bible until the cows come home and never have perfect peace. You could Bible thump everybody and you'll still be miserable. You go home that night with your Bible and you still scared, you're still lonely, you're still whatever. Only dying from the ego death will make you free. That's the only thing gonna work. You could be a workaholic and you're still lonely because when you close that door at work, you're back into reality. I'm lonely. What would I do now? I have nothing to do. And you'll call up somebody that you hate and pretend you love them. Hey, I was just thinking about you. I'm just using you right now because I need to escape. That's what's really going on. Anyway, any questions about that? Right here and right here. And then I want to get to the biblical. Is this fun? When you start dying from the ego, when you pay attention to this stuff, there's no more fun than working on yourself. Because you're going to start dying and you'll become free. And you want more and more and more and more, and no one will be able to take it away from you. If the whole world turned against you, it wouldn't bother you because they didn't care about you anyway, and you didn't care about them. Yes.
First of all, I'm going to say this is the best fellowship I've ever been to. Today's amazing.
Oh, amazing.
Because when you were talking, I was thinking, the thoughts were in my head about, well, we're like that because we're trained that way as a kid to be in our thoughts, in our head, in our this, I love you, this and that.
Yeah.
And then your voice, little Jesse Peterson in my head said, that's why you got to forgive your parents. That's why you got to forgive your mom because she trained you that way. And you always say, they didn't know any better. And they didn't. And then you realize you're 40-something years old and you realize, man, everything I've been taught has been a lie. I have to relearn everything.
Everything.
And then, I do go to those things,
What things?
And the AA stuff.
See, I told you.
See,
That's why he screamed.
And but I'm different than them. I don't want to sponsor. And I always tell them about anger and ego, and everybody looks at me like I'm crazy. And I'm like, I got myself here. I got to get myself out.
Yes.
And it's funny because then the Mike Tyson thing just popped in my head because he said something on Tucker Carlson the other day about. Tucker Carlson said, what do you think about when people talk about you? And he goes, when I'm somebody, it bothers me, but then I realize I'm a nobody.
That's right.
And it don't bother me. And then Tucker Carlson timed out the interview and he said, whoa, that's deep. And
anyone who cares about what people think about you or say about you, you're dumber than a rock. Just think about it. Why do you even think about what someone else is thinking about you? You got the problem. It's you, it's inside of you thinking what somebody else think about you. And whatever they're thinking, if they're thinking, that's on them. That's their problem. But you're a rock, dumber than a rock. If you spend 1 iota of a minute thinking about what somebody's thinking about you, and it's because you think more of yourself than you are anyway, when you think about somebody else thinking about you. What the? Well, I'm sorry.
thank you, Mr. Peterson. That's it. That's it.
That's amazing. Yes, ma'am.
I'll be truthful. I came here because I had an agenda. I just have not had a good week. So I was like, if I would just show up and just sit here and not talk and just sit here.
You did not have a good week, you say?
No.
And
no.
what was the bad week?
I think I'm just really starting to realize, maybe it was the biblical question about what I'm loyal to. And I started to ask myself over and over. And there's some things that have happened in my past where I wish to God I could change it. And so it follows me all the time, like this just weird shadow. And I'm just so, again, back to the biblical question, I'm so loyal to it. So that question this week was a blessing and a curse. And I just thought if I just sit here and listen to everybody else's stuff, maybe I could get something from it.
Yeah.
Try to hide from what bothers me. And it's just, I just feel too deeply about this. I guess asking the word loyal, what you're loyal to, I look back and realize that I've spent so much of my life connected to this. Thinking about it, it could make me emotional. I'm just very connected to it. And that's why I was gonna ask, like, if you get an identity and you start building this identity, it doesn't just happen overnight. So how do you expect one person to just, in the blink of an eye, just let it all go when there's so much to let go? It didn't just develop. So I said I wasn't even gonna do any of this. I literally came here to just sit here, seriously.
And so your question is, how do you let it go?
Yes.
Nice question. The young lady in the black want to respond to that question. The young lady, yeah. She did something a long time ago that was really bad, and she's so connected to it, and she want to let it go. When she think about it, she become emotional and everything, but she want to let it go, but she's so connected to it. What would you recommend?
Become a rock. No, I don't know. Honestly, I would need advice on that too.
I'm sorry?
I would probably need advice on that too.
In what way?
To like learn how to let it go.
It's hard for you to let it go?
Yeah.
And why?
Because you do get like so connected.
Speak to the mic for me.
Oh.
What's your first name?
Rachel.
Rachel.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, because you like do get so connected to it.
And why?
I don't know.
Think about this. Why are you connected to something that you don't want to remember, that doesn't make you feel good? It ain't a good, it's not a good reminder, but yet you're connected to it. Why would you connect to it?
I mean, I guess at some point, depending on the situation, you probably loved it.
You what?
There was probably like love there, so you can't let it go.
Oh, so you love it?
You did, probably in the past.
So you love it?
Do I?
Mm-hmm.
No.
You don't love it?
No.
Then why don't you let it go?
Easier said than done.
Why is that?
I don't have the answers.
You want the answer?
Yeah.
And how are you connected to it? Tell me how you connected to it. Something that has already happened and is not happening now. How are you connected to it?
Because you don't let it go, because it stays with you. You just constantly think about it. That's why.
And so, what do you think will happen if you let it go, if you stop thinking about it?
Yeah, that would be amazing, but it's hard.
And what's hard about not thinking about it?
Because you can't like just shut your brain off. I mean, you said you should become a rock, but easier said than done.
Have you ever tried it?
Yes.
You tried to shut your brain down?
Yes.
And it won't shut down?
Not always.
Oh, okay. Have you tried to shut your brain down too?
Yes.
I'm sorry?
Uh-huh.
And how do you try to shut your brain down?
By doing the silent prayer.
Do you both want to be free from that right now and forever?
Yeah, but can I say one thing? In your exchange with her, and this is, again, I'm going to get really emotional, but I think that in the moment, the reason why I won't let go is because that is the moment where I want to be God. Because I wish to God it never happened. I wish I could, like, build a time machine and just change it so that it doesn't have to follow me. You know what I mean? Like, I want control over it in
Right.
some way.
Yeah.
And I can't do that. That's not how time works. I can't go backwards.
Right.
I can't change anything. And I think that that's one of the reasons why I can't let go. I just want to change it so badly.
And who is the person that is attached to it?
Me,
And who are you?
the person sitting here crying.
So this is you sitting, what's your first name again?
But, oh no, I don't want anybody to hear this.
There are a whole lot of people with your first name. Let's call you Mae Mae.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
So Mae Mae, so,
Oh my Lord.
so you are crying.
I am crying.
So you are your tears.
What comes out of my eyes that are on my body is my tears, yes.
Are you your tears?
No.
Are you your body?
Somewhat.
How, in what part are you your body?
I can't escape it
And why not?
because I live with it every day. You have to use it.
And why do you think you're your body though?
Because God gave it to me to use to get through this life.
I'm sorry?
Because God gave it to me as a vessel to get through this life.
But did he tell you to identify as it?
I don't think so.
Then why are you doing that?
But so am I supposed to never cry?
About what?
I just told you what I was crying about.
But
It
you-
literally brings me to every single time. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not
Well, I
trying to be
know.
over dramatic.
I
I'm not
totally
trying
understand it. Are you your emotions?
No, but I don't know how to stop them.
Do you
I'm
want?
very touched by certain things. I feel like physiologically I'm attached to things. When I see somebody in pain, I almost feel like I'm feeling the pain.
Right.
Yeah.
Hold the mic. I'll come back to you.
Okay.
Are you your tears? Tell me who you are. Speaking to the mic for me.
I don't know.
You don't know? No. Did you know before right now you didn't know who you were?
Yes.
Speaking to the mic?
Yes.
Are you your tears?
No.
Are you your emotions?
No.
Are you your body?
Somewhat.
I'm sorry?
Yeah, somewhat.
And you borrowed her words?
I agree, yeah.
And how are you your body, period?
It's going to be the same because you use it daily. But, I mean, I guess you're not your body.
Let me ask, do you eat daily?
Yes.
Do you eat daily?
Yes.
Are you your food?
No.
Are you your food?
No.
Why don't you identify with the food? You identify with the body as you.
I'm not like constantly around food, but I'm constantly in my body.
What? I didn't hear you.
I don't identify with the food because food's not always like around, but my body's always around.
Are you the air that you breathe?
No.
Is the air always around?
Yes.
Are you the air you breathe?
No, but
Is the air always around?
yes. But that's outside. This is inside.
But the air goes inside, right?
yeah, but the body is the inside. The
How's
body is
I'm looking at your body on the outside.
but there is the inside that I can't escape from.
The body is inside of what?
The body is a vessel that's inside and outside.
How's the body a vessel inside?
Or you have your organs that you have to protect.
So is that your body?
Yes, that's the
So
definition
you are
of a
your
body.
organs too?
I'm sorry.
You are your liver, your guts.
I hope
Your
that I'm attached to them because if they stopped working, I wouldn't be here.
amazing. I want to tell both of you this and the whole world. Whatever happened in the past, it doesn't matter how bad you think it was, and it may have been bad. No matter what happened, it wasn't you, and it doesn't exist now. When it happened then. It's not happening now, and if you let the thought of it go, you'll be done with it. It's the devil that's reminding you because he wants to live in you, and he needs you to overreact by believing his lies so he can dwell inside of you. If you didn't believe him, he will have to depart from you and find some other human beings to make a home in. It's just a thought. It's not even real. God is not thinking about it. God does not punish you for it. He never has punished you, and he never will because he knows it wasn't you at the time. It was the spirit that made a home in you, and it felt like you. And as we were talking about, you identified with it as you, and you thought you did the act, but you didn't. It was never you. There's no reason to be guilty. You have never done wrong, but the devil that you believe is making you think that was you. If you let the thought go by just watching it, let it pass, no, it's not me, it'll be all over. And you're going to whoop yourself for believing a lie for so long. Go ahead.
Okay, so let's just say that in a perfect world that happened. Would that be the catalyst to stop hating myself? Or would I find something
100%.
else? Or would I find something else to hate?
No, there is no you to hate. That's another thought, which is another lie that's bringing on a false emotion. There's no you to hate. Who is the you to hate?
That doesn't make sense to me. That just doesn't make sense.
I'm sorry?
It just, for some reason, that doesn't make sense. And I really, honestly did not come here to take up any of the
But this is
time.
what we're here for. It's a
I
fellowship.
know, but this particular, I guess I say that because like this is deeply ingrained. You know what I mean? I've been holding on to this for years.
It's not deeply ingrained anywhere but in your mind, and that's the devil that keep reminding you of it, and you believe it's ingrained. Stop believing the lies. You believe in the devil. It's just a thought. It's not even real. Whatever happened, just think about this. Whatever happened back then, you didn't want to do that, right?
True.
Isn't that right?
True.
And you didn't want to do whatever you did, right? Whatever you think about that makes you feel bad. Did you want to do it?
Yeah.
Oh, you wanted to be mean?
Wait, I wanted to be mean? No, I wasn't mean.
No, I'm just using that as an example.
Oh.
Whatever you did that you think about now that makes you feel guilty, did you want to do that? Or
No.
did something else make you do it?
Wait, because I was talking about something else.
Oh, okay.
So,
So you didn't murder anyone or anything?
no, I didn't, no.
But at some point, don't we take responsibility for our decisions? Don't
We who?
Me. Don't I take responsibility for my decisions?
You never made a decision. How can you take responsibility for a decision that you never made?
Well, you need to talk to every parent and teacher in the world because that's exactly what everybody is being taught.
And the world lied to you. And the world lied to you, and you want to overcome the world. You've been lied to. You have never made a decision your whole life. Something else made it for you, and it felt like you were making it. It sounded like you, but it wasn't you. Why would you make a decision to do something that's going to hurt you or hurt someone else? Think about that.
Because maybe I wanted what I wanted.
No. I promise you, it wasn't you. Let the thought go. Let the thought go. Are you doing the silent prayer?
Mm-hmm.
Every morning, every night?
Recently again, yeah.
I can't hear you.
Recently again, yes.
A rock.
Mm-hmm.
A dumb rock. You're a dumb rock, and you love your misery. Because if you didn't love it, you would do what it takes to overcome, because all you need to do is be separated from it. You're one with those thoughts. You're one with those feelings. You're one with the devil. And the light said, be still and know me, and my burdens are light, my ways are easy. I will bring you out of the hell you're in, but you love your hell.
It just doesn't seem like, I don't know, it just when you get through your day, you don't think about it, and then it becomes too big to like, I don't know. I feel like sometimes I do the silent prayer because it becomes too overwhelming, and it's a dash for the finish line.
But that's just the devil not wanting you to be still. You're still worshiping the devil by listening to him. Either you're going to worship God by letting go, or worship the devil by continuing to listen to him. And you love those emotions that you feel when somebody get hurt. I just feel so bad for them.
Mm-hmm.
Because it makes you feel like you have love, makes you feel like you care. It makes you feel like you're somebody, but it's all lies. It's all ego.
Does anybody love anybody ever?
No,
Even after doing the silent prayer and being in the light?
no.
Oh, wow.
And that's a good question. But what will happen when you let go of the anger, then you're gonna let go of all that emotional stuff that you call love. Real love will work through you, which is the nature of God, and that love will love all people, even your enemy. We don't have love. We can't love. When we get love from that, we can love. That emotional love is a requirement. You love me and I love you. If you don't agree with me, I hate you.
Okay.
That right? That makes sense?
Yes.
That's not love, that's hate.
Okay.
Let go of the thought right now, you can be free from whatever happened. Because it was never you. The devil is telling you in your head that it's you, and he's making you feel guilty. You feel the pain in your body, but you're not your body. You are a spirit that lives in a body. Are you this room?
No.
But you're in the room.
Mm-hmm.
So why you're not the room?
I don't know.
I'm sorry?
I don't know.
You live in your body. Why are you calling your body you?
But is it possible? I'm not blaming you. I'm really not. But is it possible that because you ask these biblical questions, you should just let sleeping dogs lie? Like, I wouldn't have thought of this had you not. Look, I'm so sorry. I did it anyways. I'm blaming you.
No, that's fine.
I mean, it wasn't for anything but this question that this rose to the surface for
Right.
this week.
Because the truth is trying to draw you unto him. He loved you enough in spite of your kicking and screaming. He's trying to draw you to him. That's why. And the devil doesn't want you to be drawn unto the light. He hates that. He doesn't want to lose your soul. And you think it's you.
I do.
But it's not you, I'm telling you. The past doesn't exist. It's just a thought. Let go of all thoughts, you can be free. Thoughts are your problem. Thoughts are not your friend. What sense does it make to sit here in 2023? Oh, back in 2013. What sense does it make to sit here in 2023 and thinking about 1990? Mm-hmm. I robbed a bank back in 1990. They're gonna catch me. You telling them where you are. You've never done wrong. Whatever happened then, it happened then. You were driven to do it. It was not your thought to do that. The man that's been accused of shooting those people up there, he was in thoughts. He was in his head. He heard voices. And everybody in this room could become that man right now. If you got mad at me, you would pull out your gun and shoot me. But you say, oh, never shoot Jesse. I love Jesse. I love you, Jesse. I brought some cookies today for you. And if I said something that hurt your ego, you'll pull out your gun and shoot me right then and there. Everyone that lives in their thought, everyone that has anger, can be a Jeffrey Dahmer. 2 hoops and a holler. Yes.
Yeah, I just wanted to clarify that. Mine wasn't like about feeling guilty about something. It was more about like letting go of a relationship. Those were my thoughts. So
It's hard to let go of relationships?
yeah, that's what I was
Do you need to let
talking
one go now?
Yeah, I do.
You do. And why don't you let it go?
I will eventually.
No, why not now?
It takes time
Why?
because you're with that person for a long time
And
and you have feelings for them.
are you that person?
No,
Are those feelings real?
I thought they were. I guess not.
Are those feelings real?
No,
Then why are you holding on to an illusion?
well, I don't want to. But
Yes, you do. You love feeling bad. You love thinking about, oh, how I'm going to feel if I don't have this one. I know it ain't working, but one day I'm going to do it. You love it. Because if you didn't love it, you would walk away from it now. Not tomorrow, but right now. You live in your thoughts, believe in lies, and you get these emotions, and you feel like you're something because you're feeling that. And this person is destroying you, and you're destroying that person, trying to get something. Relationships take no work at all. Anytime you have to put anything into a relationship, it ain't no relationship. If it's not happening naturally, it's not a relationship. You have an illusion. You don't have a relationship, and you love that illusion. That's why you won't let it go. You and the devil go to bed at night talking to each other. The devil like, you need to let this go next week. Give it another chance. You're like, okay, I will. And then the devil's like, you feel so bad, don't you? Yes, I do, devil. I feel bad, but I ain't going nowhere.
okay, you're calling me out. Yeah.
You love it. Even your best friend can't tell you to get out that relationship. It ain't meant to be. Yeah. Because you're scared of not having pain. If you didn't have pain, you wouldn't feel like anyone. Who will I be without my pain? I need to feel something. I don't feel that you love me. Well, I told you I love you, honey. I don't feel it. Can't you take my word? No. I need to feel it. All ego, all devil. What do you think about that?
True.
So come out the thought about it and walk away today. It's over. It never was a relationship anyway.
Yep.
So why are you deceiving you? Letting the devil deceive you?
You just told me why.
You love the devil?
No.
You love those feelings?
No.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Then why don't you stop thinking on it and move on? Wish that person well and work on yourself. Seek the kingdom of God and his right way, and all will be added to you. That person, nobody can give you what you're really looking for. You're looking for the love of a father. He ain't gonna never be your daddy. He weak. And you took him on because he was weak. And you were saying, oh, I can fix him. Right?
Yes.
You deceive yourself by the devil. Now you see everybody had the same thought, different situation, but the same thing. Do you see that?
Yes.
Every human being have the same thoughts. Not one don't have them, because that's how the devil communicate with you.
But I will be honest, there's times when I do the silent prayer that
What?
there's times when I do the silent prayer, and it's that silence that where it kickstarts some craziness.
Yes.
I start to ask myself, where am I? Like, as if I'm like just so disconnected, and just like I get confused. I'm like, wait, I'm here, right? Yes, I'm here. I have to start asking myself like basic questions when I start to do the silent prayer.
Yes.
It's really scary.
What is she doing wrong?
In terms of,
When she's doing the silent prayer, it's really, really scary. And she started asking herself, what am I doing here? What's going on here? Why is this happening? Why is that happening? What is she doing wrong?
I think all of it is, it's very simple, but it's difficult. It's simple, but it isn't easy. I've experienced the same thing. When I first began doing the silent prayer, it's a matter of staying out of the thoughts. All of what we're talking about right now, as we're talking about it, it boils down to one thing.
What's about it? Don't get dirty.
Oh my
When
gosh.
talking about it. No, I'm playing.
Stop messing with me, Jesse. I'm trying to be serious here. It really boils down to staying out of the thoughts. And I know that that's difficult when it comes to relationships. It's all the same. When we find ourselves, I'll relate it to myself. When I find myself going to that place that I know doesn't feel good, I feel it, I know it doesn't feel good, I'm in it, I'm in the hell, I immediately have to make the choice to either stay in my hell because I love it, or pivot out of the thoughts and come to the present moment. And that's all it boils down to, the silent prayer, staying out of the thoughts. Once we've done all the forgiving and all of that, it's those two things, and that's it. That's all there is to it.
Amazing. What is she doing wrong? To add to what she said, what is she doing wrong? It's so clear, it make me want to slap my mama. Have you ever wanted to slap your mama? Don't slap your mama. What is she doing wrong?
I think she just needs to endure and stop worrying about a time frame. So some people get caught up in thinking, well, you know, how long do I have to go through this pain? And you just need to just sit there, if it take 100 years. And then once you take that mindset, it'll naturally dissolve.
Okay. What is she doing wrong?
I don't think she does anything wrong, but from my experience, when you respond to it, that's one thing. You should, like Satan tries to drag you. So if you just stay, it's not stay with it. So, like in the recording, you say Satan tells you, "Oh, you're doing it wrong," and you believe it. But if you just first of all, sit still and stay with it. And I don't think she does anything wrong beside if he convinces you to stop doing it.
Okay. What is she doing wrong? Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I guess she just still in her thoughts. I guess she's not letting it just go through. She keeps just not sitting still. She keeps bringing in thoughts and they're asking questions and she's responding.
Okay.
So that's all I.
What is she doing wrong?
So
like, who?
What I would
Who? What who?
I'm not sure what she's doing wrong, but from what, because I do the silent prayer based off what you say, on YouTube, and you typically say, just watch the thoughts pass as like a movie. You don't really engage with them. You just sit there and, just watch them and just let them go, and not so much engaging with it. You just watch it and let it go. So, I mean, it sounds like she's engaging, which is bringing up more thoughts, which is, putting her in more of a space of overwhelm. She can overwhelm with thoughts because she's having a conversation with herself.
Amazing.
So.
Francisco, what is she doing wrong? And then hate want to respond, and I'll put my 2 cents in. That's in your hand? Oh. What is she doing wrong?
So I can give you from how I endure this same thing. It's I have to endure it. It's like pinching myself and not feeling the pain, or putting a match over my hand and just living with that and enduring with that. And the fire of that will cause you to go through it. Otherwise, you're kind of chasing and running from it. And I mean, you can meditate as long as you want, but if you don't endure the fire, endure the pain and suffer, then, I mean, that's how it dies.
Okay. Did you know you were 2 hoops and a holler from becoming Jeffrey Dahmer?
No.
Oh, yeah.
No. I don't, yeah.
You don't have your gun on you, right?
I don't have a gun.
Yeah, don't bring it. What is she doing wrong, Hake?
She's thinking that it's her asking herself these questions.
I rest my case.
And then she's answering them and just getting carried away into it.
You identify with the devil by saying, I am thinking this, and I feel this way, and I'm thinking this, and I just feel like I'm going crazy, and I'm this. It's not you, it's the devil. You got to say, this is not me.
But it sounds just like me. It sounds like me.
Right.
It talks like me.
Right, he's imitating you. He's pretending to be you. He is even pretending to be God, so he's just pretending to be you. I want you to do this for 1 week. Do the silent prayer for this week, every day, every morning, every night. And when those things start happening, just say to yourself, who is that talking to me? That's not me saying that. I would never say it to myself. I would never make myself feel this way, so you could see that it's not you. So you could start to stop identifying with it. Instead of calling it you, I'm thinking this, I'm thinking that. Just say, where are these thoughts coming from? You too identify with the thoughts as though they are you. You would never make yourself feel fear or think those things or feel that way.
True.
So it's true. So why do you keep identifying with it then? Why are you calling it you?
Me.
I'm sorry?
It sounds just like I
But
sound.
your mouth is not moving when it is talking, right?
No.
You should say, my mouth ain't moving. What happened? What do you call one of those things you put your hand up his back?
Puppet? A puppet.
Yeah,
A puppet.
Yeah. You're not a tranquiloquist. I know. I want you this whole week to say, pay attention to it And you're going to feel the pain, but just say to yourself, that's not me. Where did that thought come from?
Okay.
For a whole week.
Okay.
And do this silent prayer. And stop calling it, I'm thinking this, and I'm feeling this, and I'm feeling, and it's me saying this. It's not you. I promise you it's not you.
Okay.
You identify with evil in the thought and in the voices and the feelings.
Okay.
Will you do that for me for a week?
Absolutely.
Okay. And see what happens.
Okay.
And you're going to shake in your boots, but you're going through hell on your way to heaven. In order to get to heaven, you got to go through hell. And you have the light now to guide you through the hell.
Right.
And draw you right into heaven, right here on earth.
Okay.
All right?
Yes.
Any question about that?
Nothing. No.
Do you see now that you keep calling it I?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's
I do.
the problem.
Okay.
That's the total problem.
Okay.
It's not I.
Okay.
It's it.
Okay.
It's a spirit. All right?
Okay. Thank you.
Any questions about that?
No.
No? Any question about anything? Did you know that all thoughts are all lies all the time about anything?
I do now.
But you didn't know until today?
I mean, yeah, kind of. I did a little.
And so do you believe that?
Yes.
Did your friend tell you to stop being into your head like that?
Yes.
And why you didn't listen to her?
Just easier said than done.
Oh, are you going to dump that person today?
Yes.
Yeah, be done.
Yeah.
Block them.
Yeah.
And watch what the thoughts tell you and move on and work on your life. Don't look for another person or anything. Just start working on you so you can overcome the world.
Yes.
You have another world inside of you.
Thank you.
All right?
Yes.
Let me ask you this, since you have the mic. You having fun?
Yeah.
Nice.
I am.
To whom or what are you loyal and why? You remember last Sunday, I couldn't even say that word. I'm still not sure if it's clear. I'm almost there. To whom or what are you loyal and why?
My mom, because I love her.
I'm sorry?
My mom, because I love her.
And how are you loyal to your mother?
Just always there for her.
Always there for her?
Yeah.
And what does it do for you to be there for her?
I feel good.
You feel good? And so if you didn't get that feeling, would you be there for her?
Yes.
You would?
Yes.
How do you know?
I just know.
Okay, do it from now on without the feeling or feel good.
Okay.
Have you forgiven your mother?
Yes.
You forgave her?
Well, there was nothing to forgive.
Have you forgiven your father?
Kind of.
Have you forgiven your father?
No.
Is there something to forgive him for?
I mean, petty stuff. Nothing major.
Is there something to forgive your father for?
Yes.
Oh, there's always something to forgive the father. Nothing with the mother. I just love my mama.
He was just the stricter parent. He's fine.
I'm sorry?
He was just the stricter parent, but he's cool.
And your mother did nothing wrong?
No.
She never did anything wrong?
No.
She never irritated you or anything?
Yes.
I thought you said she didn't do anything wrong.
That wasn't wrong.
Oh, well, why would you be irritated then?
I mean, I'm sure we got in like little fights, but
But why would you be irritated if it wasn't wrong?
okay, fair.
I'm sorry?
Yeah, okay, yes.
No, that was a
I
question.
guess, okay, I guess she did some stuff wrong.
You're not sure?
I don't think she did.
But then why would you be irritated?
When we fought, like when I was little.
Have you forgiven her for making you irritating you?
Yes, yes.
Did you tell her that?
No.
Well, how you forgive her if you haven't told her?
I just forgave her in my mind.
No, you haven't.
Okay.
You remember it just now. If you had forgiven her, you would not remember. You got to forgive your mother. You're taking care of your mother out of guilt and not out of love.
Okay.
That make sense?
It does, yes.
Wow, you're so easy. Why is this all making sense to you?
Why is it making sense? It just makes sense.
Right.
I'm just picking up on it.
Nice.
It resonates.
And God is causing you to see it. He's drawing you back to him. Forgive your mother, she couldn't help herself. Forgive your father, he couldn't handle your mother, he was married to his mama. He loved you, and he just didn't know how to deal with her. All right?
Okay.
Nice. And do the silent prayer.
Okay.
You know about it?
She's told me a little.
Just a little?
Yeah.
Well, she just said, hey, there's a silent. She didn't tell you about the whole prayer?
No.
What kind of friend do you have? I told you, nobody loves nobody. Why haven't you told about the silent prayer to forgive her parents and all that?
I think we have talked about it a
So
few
she's
times. Yes, just a big fat liar. No,
Why are
I'm
you
kidding.
lying on your friend right there?
No, we've talked quite a bit about, not listening to the thoughts, and I think we've talked about the silent prayer of, I think kind of like the young man was saying, of like, think of it as a movie, or like the thoughts are just something
Yeah.
that pass by. You don't have to engage with them, but see them and then let them pass.
That's right. Do you remember her telling you that?
Vaguely.
Oh, it just went out one ear and out the other.
It did.
Yeah, she
I have a
wasn't
bad
ready
memory.
for it yet. You weren't ready for it. That's why I understand that. Nice. We'll do the silent prayer.
Okay.
Forgive your mother. Go to her. Mother, I remember who used to irritate me with these little things when I was a kid. I'm sorry for resenting you for it. Because you became angry when she started to do that.
Okay.
And what did your father say when you asked him to help you deal with your mother? When you ask your father to help you deal with your mother, what did he say?
But no. I never asked him to deal with my mother.
Why not?
Because she was fine.
Oh, yeah? So you just love your little irritations?
Well, I was never like that irritated, honestly.
You were somewhat irritated.
I would like on like small little fights that like, you have with your parents, like just normal stuff.
The person that you want to leave and you got to leave, did you obey them?
No,
And why not?
I don't know.
You get to know yourself. You see what's going on. I understand that.
Okay.
Pay attention to you. Do the silent prayer and watch what's going on in your mind and emotion, and you will see the truth about yourself, and you will understand the whole world.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. To whom or what are you loyal and why?
That's a really hard question.
Speaking to
That's a hard question.
And why?
Because loyalty, that word, is, it's a big word.
In what way?
In a lot of ways, because when you're loyal to someone, that is, it's hard to be loyal. It's a really hard word to live up to.
Are you loyal at all to anyone?
No, I'm not.
Have you tried to be?
Yes, I have.
And it didn't work?
No.
And why
My
not?
loyalty, my meaning of loyalty was always to be loyal to my kids, my son and my daughter.
Right.
If anybody ever said anything about them, just like with the person behind who said that when my daughter was talking, she was embarrassed, that pissed me off.
When she said that?
Yeah.
When the young lady said that, you got pissed right
Oh,
now?
yeah.
Whoa. And why?
Because that just pissed me off that she said my daughter embarrassed her.
But why were you, it was her, not you.
Exactly. But see, that's the thing where I say that my loyalty was just messed up. It's not the right.
Right. Did you know that before now that your loyalty was messed up?
No.
You didn't know that until right now?
No, I knew it.
You knew
That's
it?
why when you asked that question, I don't think I'm loyal to anyone or anything, not even to myself.
Yeah. Where did you get the idea that you should be loyal?
That I should be loyal? I think it was something that I was taught by my parents.
Absolutely.
And of course, their definition of loyalty was always just, you're loyal to your family, your children, your
mama.
Yeah, exactly.
Mama always, that's the way mama control you.
Yeah.
She tell you, you gotta be loyal. I'll be your mama, You gotta be loyal to mama, and now you spend your life trying to be, and it never works.
Yeah, but then again, they weren't even loyal to us either.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's amazing, huh?
Yeah.
Have you forgiven your mother?
I haven't, and I've been meaning to. And I even talked to my daughter about that I am going to go and sit down and forgive her.
Right.
And I just thought there was nothing to forgive, but of course there is.
Yes.
Yes.
Every human being needs to forgive their mother.
Exactly.
There's not one. Every human being, it doesn't matter what color, how much money, male or female, where you live, which you have or don't have. And why haven't you done it already, knowing you should do it?
Excuses, not having the time to go and sit down with her. I didn't want to hurt her. But then again, my daughter explained to me that do it in a loving way. I'm not going to go and scream at her and yell at her and tell her I forgive you and point out all the things that I'm forgiving.
Right.
But just to say that I forgive her.
Yeah, you just say, hey, mother, I've been resenting you all my life, and I'm wrong for resenting you. I realize now you can help yourself because I screwed my kids up. I didn't want to, but I did. I didn't want to, but I did. And I understand you now. And if your mother start crying, that's fine. If she get angry, that's fine. If she denied that she did anything, I need to be forgiving you.
Yeah.
That's fine. If she fall out and die, that's fine. Just say, oh, mama did. She did. And go in the kitchen and look in the drawer next to the silverware. That's where the insurance papers are.
Okay.
You go and turn in the insurance paper. Don't tell your brothers or anybody yet.
Yeah.
And you get the money, bury mama, and then give your brother $1 or $2, and you go live your life.
Okay. Sounds good.
But you're not going to go free until you forgive your mother.
Yes.
And your father for not protecting you from her. Okay. What did your father say when you asked him to help you deal with your mother?
I don't think I ever did.
Why not?
He couldn't even deal with her.
Yes. I rest my case.
Yes.
Forgive him for that. He couldn't deal with your mother either.
Yeah, no, he couldn't.
Yeah.
My dad's no longer here, but I will do that.
Yeah.
Right?
Realize he loved you. He just didn't know how to deal with your mother.
Exactly.
He was married to the woman that he was attracted to, which was his mother.
Yes.
Every man married his mother. Every woman married her father.
That
You
is
marry the
true.
thing you hate. Isn't that amazing?
Yes.
Yeah.
It is.
Amazing. Have you apologized to your kids for the way you treated them?
I have, but I don't know if they actually accepted my apology.
Have you accepted it?
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
Oh, you did? Your husband laughing like, no.
No, I'm just laughing because usually the mother and daughter aren't right in the same place.
Oh, I see. Nice. Well, apologize to your kids for what you've done. And then say, hey, kids, I was wrong. I thought I was being loyal, but I was being evil. And I'm wrong. And it's up to them to accept it. Once you forgive them, as you do with your mother, God will forgive you.
Okay.
And you'll be free. You will. And if they may want to live in their hell a little longer. Leave them in their hell. And don't feel
Okay.
sorry for them. Because most people love their hell. They don't want to overcome it. But you'll be free.
Okay.
Are you married?
My husband passed away.
Oh, did you obey him?
No.
Yeah, I hope you didn't lie. I knew you didn't obey him.
I didn't obey him because he wasn't a good leader.
Well, that's a reason not to obey him?
That was my reason.
But was it the right reason?
No.
Right. It was with you. And so I got to move on, but let me ask. You realize that the anger that you felt toward the young lady that said what she said is inside of you, and the young lady had nothing to do with it?
Oh, definitely, yes.
Yeah, it's in you.
I do.
Yeah, that's the hell that she feel, everybody in this room feel. We all have to overcome
Yeah.
that. And you can overcome it if you start seeing it and knowing that it's in you. It's not out there.
Exactly.
It's in your world. It's in your mind, which is not your own. It's in your emotion. And if you don't blame anyone else, God will take it away from you.
Yeah.
That make sense?
Yes.
Any questions about this?
No.
Any disagreements?
No.
You're not going to talk about me when I leave?
No.
You're not going to call your son-in-law and talk about me?
No, I won't.
Oh, okay. And when he tried to talk about me, like, that doesn't really feel like church. He said, go sit down. Go sit down, son-in-law.
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
All right, do the silent prayer too. You know about it?
Yeah, my daughter told me about it.
Yeah.
Yes.
I want you to start doing it.
Okay.
And these are your thoughts. This is you. You've been living in there, in darkness, going around in a circle, getting the answers from the same devil. He give you the same solution. They never work. He tell you to do something else. It doesn't work. But you're still in that same jail listening to the devil.
Okay.
Come out of the jail. The light of God will bring you out, and he will give you the answer to a whole life. He will give you understanding.
Okay.
All right?
Yes.
And don't judge yourself, because there is no you to judge.
Okay.
It was never you. All right?
Yes.
Amazing. To whom or what are you loyal and why?
Okay, when I heard this question, I'm very familiar with the word. You always look at the clock when I'm talking, Jesse.
No, I just,
Developing
they yell at
complex.
me for, oh, she felt
Okay.
it. They yell at me for being late.
Okay.
No, I want to hear from you now.
So I just know, I picked up on that. But anyway, I heard the question, and I'm familiar with the word. I hear it a lot, but I associate it with dogs.
With what?
Animals. With
Dogs?
dogs. Because I've always had dogs since
Oh,
childhood.
thoughts.
No, dogs.
Oh, dogs.
Mhm,
Oh, go ahead.
animals. Because we've always had, that's one of the qualities that we would always, up to this point, look for in animals, a loyal dog. I've never really associated the word with myself as I pondered the question. And I don't believe that I'm loyal to anyone. I believe that if you were to ask anyone in my circle, they would say I am, because I, don't gossip. What they tell me, I don't share it with others. It's like putting it into a vault. But I think it's one of those words that's made up. I think it's subjective, because what is loyalty and what does that mean? What I deem loyal or loyalty may not be what my husband deems loyal, or my best or acquaintance or whatever.
So at one time, did you ever think that you were loyal to, did you think that you were that way with people? I'm loyal to
It's
this.
interesting, and another reason I love, like many people have shared, these biblical questions are so amazing because it's a common word. However, I've never really associated that with myself. Am I loyal? I've said I'm dependable, or I'm reliable or trustworthy, but I've never really associated the word loyal to who I am. And the other words are probably all made up too. Nothing is real, as we know. So, yeah.
The young man behind you want to respond. To whom or what's on your mind right now?
I don't know.
Is this your first time here?
Yeah, it's my first time.
Oh, what's your name?
My name's Darrell.
Brett?
Darrell.
Darrell. Welcome, Darrell. Yeah. How did you hear about us?
Sure. Okay.
How did you hear about us?
Internet.
So how's your life?
How's my life?
Uh-huh.
It's getting better.
And what makes it better?
So like you said, I went through something. I was with a girl for 20 years. We had 3 kids. And so.
Wow, how old are you?
I'm 35.
Really?
Yeah.
Black don't crack. Whoa. I thought you were maybe in your early 20s or something.
Nah.
So you've been with this woman how many years?
Since I was 14.
And you have how many kids?
3.
And so y'all live together?
Yeah, in Vegas.
In Vegas?
Yeah, that was the worst mistake ever to move to Vegas. Cause
why did you move there?
Cheaper. It was cheaper.
Was it your idea or her idea?
Mine's, both of ours, really, but mine's.
Oh, okay. But anyway, you're together. Are you? What's the problem right now?
Nah, we it's over. It's done. Cause you know how you say like I started listening to her and what she wanted, and it was after that, I started listening to her and what she wanted, and I started doing those things, and then started to hate me for doing those things. So
every time the man listens to the woman, he suffers.
yeah, I'm a little nervous, y'all. My bad.
No problem. Relax. No problem.
But yeah, that's what happened. So I started to work. Oh, don't cheat. I stopped cheating. New issues come up.
Oh, I did all the normal things. I stopped cheating.
Oh, love your kids. I love my kids. Oh, do this. It's just new problems back to back to back.
Yeah.
I said, I do all these things, still not satisfied.
Right.
So I said, man, that was the worst mistake ever.
Yeah.
To listen to what she wanted.
Absolutely.
So,
It's
yeah.
best to just do right, be right, and do right. Because whenever the man listens to the woman, he will suffer.
Yeah, I did. I'm still suffering from it.
And how you
she
suffer?
She took my kids away. I had to move back with mama.
Or a beta.
You know.
Why didn't you just you have a job?
Well, took all that from me. I was working out there with my friend, do like electrical work. I had to move back down here because a big situation happened. She got a restraining order on me. See, that's the anger you be talking about.
Yeah.
And that's what it was in me.
Yeah.
So I had a lot of anger, and I didn't think about it until afterwards, but it just was a big situation.
Right.
So restraining order, took my car, took my home, kids, everything.
Isn't that beautiful?
No, not really.
That's beautiful.
Well, why
You
you say
know
that?
why? Because now you're being forced to work on yourself.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Really.
Yeah.
It's neither good nor bad, but it is forcing you to work on you now so you can understand what's going on inside of you
Yeah.
to overcome it, and you will never make the same mistake again.
Yeah. I kind of know why though. It's like we had another daughter, and she didn't like that the way I treated my daughter better than them, I guess what they say. But that was the main reason. She didn't like to see me being so loving to the baby. Like
She was jealous of the way
she
you
was
treated your
jealous, her
child.
and my other daughter. And I just like I had did some time, so I used to take like parenting classes and stuff like that. So I started to understand that the baby can't use a certain part of their brain. So I just stopped getting mad. Like all the little things that she gets mad at, I didn't get mad at anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was different, and she didn't like that.
So
She
how are
didn't
you
like
feeling
that.
right now?
Me? Just a little nervous. I was getting better though, but
I mean, are you sad or mad about the situation?
not no more. I was for a long time, for about a year.
Yeah.
And because she don't let me see my babies or nothing. So she could total just, and I had to like literally, because I was messed up. And if I didn't let that go, it was gonna destroy me.
Yeah.
So I had to the hardest thing for me to do was to let my children, just let them go.
Yeah.
The hardest thing I had to do was let them go. And
Yeah.
So
Man.
I haven't really talked to none of them. My son, he's 18. He just moved back out here with me.
Oh,
so,
good.
But the girls are still with her.
How old are the girls?
16 and 3.
Oh, okay.
So yeah.
Amazing, man.
That was an experience for me because I've never been through that in my life. And that showed me that I wasn't shit. You know, because I was believing the ego you was talking about, believing I was this. And boy, man, listen, I realized I wasn't shit. So.
You want to say it one more time? We are in church. You would like to say it one more time.
But that's the truth, man. I wasn't nothing, man. So
Yeah, I understand.
I identified with something and
Do you hear that? That makes sense? Every human being doing this identify with the wrong spirit, thinking that we're something, we're nothing. And then we work overtime to try to be something. And we can never be anything. Everybody got the same power. 2 hoops and a holler away from Jeffrey Dahmer.
Can I say, how is that possible that I could be 2 hoops and a holler away from Jeffrey Dahmer? When I heard what he said, I was so emotional about it.
You love it.
But
And that's what
again,
Jeffrey
but that's
Dahmer
what I
was.
don't understand, because I feel like I'm being compassionate.
So from now on, don't call that you.
Okay.
Those emotions are the devil inside of you. You didn't do anything good for him at all by sitting there feeling that way. It was making you feel good.
Right.
You're sitting there looking at it.
I didn't.
I'm so compassionate. I feel so sorry for
But
you.
it's
baby.
not. But it's not even specific to him. I mean, it's
It's
just
all-
when anyone is going through something, I try really hard to connect and be like, oh, that is terrible.
Yeah, you choose death and you're calling it life. You love it.
Okay.
It's not doing you any good
That's
to feel that
true.
way.
It doesn't.
Zero.
Okay.
Stop loving your hell.
Okay. I'm gonna just give the mic away.
So the next time that comes, you see something like that, see the thought about it first, because the thought's gonna say, "Oh, that's terrible," and you're gonna say, "Oh, that's so true." That's oh. You know what I mean? Stop identifying with that stuff.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Did you have your hand? Yes.
I think, I can understand where you're coming from. And I think, like Jesse was saying, most people, near enough everybody has gone through where you're at in just different areas. And I think while you're kind of going through realizing that it's not you, it's like you almost have to like retrain your brain a little bit to kind of just be aware. That's what I have to do, like catching yourself that it's okay, it's not me. And just observing and saying, okay, it's not me, it's not, it's it. It's my
Right.
ego. It's like just kind of taking a moment, slowing down, getting out your thoughts. And sometimes it happens so quickly and so smoothly, and you think, wow, and you just sit there and you wash it. And then sometimes I don't always catch it beforehand, and I'll go through the process, and I'm like, oh, I should have done this, I should have done that. And that's all because I listened to this thought or that thought, but just taking a second to look and observe of what's going on. Where is that coming from? Is that me? Who am I talking to?
And I want to, because of time, I just want to add, it's not your brain that's doing it. It's a spirit inside of your body.
So be nothing.
Right, be nothing.
Okay.
Yeah, be
Okay.
nothing.
Like she said, it's very simple. Be
Go
nothing.
and do your work at work, eat your meals, fix your car, but you're not the meals, you're not your car, you're not your work. Those are just physical things you're doing, but that's not who you are, right? Other than that, be nothing.
Be nothing.
Identify with nothing.
Okay.
All right? To whom or what are you loyal? We have about 5 minutes here. To whom or what are you loyal and why?
Well, I don't know if I've been loyal. I try to be loyal to my wife, and I think this is, I don't know, kind of sad, but I guess a loyal employee, things like that. But then I know that's not qualities that we should have.
Are you, when you try to be, are you that way, or are you just trying to be that way?
I think just trying to be.
And why are you trying to?
Because I think that's what a person should do, but I think maybe it's like trying to fulfill a role you think you're supposed to do.
And who told you that?
I don't know, just how we were raised, how
Yep.
media, movies, TV, parents.
You see how everybody been raised the same way. Have you paid attention to that today?
Yes,
Everybody thinking the same thing, overreacting in the same way. Everybody got the same problem. Do you see how dumb it is now that human beings fight one another when they all got the same problem? You see how dumb that is? It's crazy to be fighting with another human being. Whether it's your husband, your wife, your so-called friend, or whatever. 'Cause everybody got the same problem. It's the same devil. It's the same ego. Did you have enough church today, or you want some more?
Yeah, I think it's. I thought it ended at 12:30, but I guess it's. Yeah.
Does this feel like church at any point?
Yeah, fellowship. I mean, I understand what fellowship is.
You want me to
so-
sing a song?
Yeah, sure.
He said, yeah. I'll sing one day Sunday.
Uh-huh.
All right. Are you doing the silent prayer? That means no.
No, I mean not. I mean, I spend time thinking, but I don't know if it's exactly the steps that
You don't want to be
recommend.
thinking. You want to not think.
Well, I mean, yeah. When I say thinking, I mean just sitting and doing nothing. Yeah, I do that.
No, watch those sides. Do the silent prayer. All right? Okay?
Okay.
Do it. I don't mean to yell at you, but do it.
Okay.
No, I'm playing.
Yes.
Do the silent prayer. Do your little hoop and holler, but be still so you can come out of these thoughts. These thoughts are not your own. All right? In closing, the word Lord is just a word. That's why nobody can be that way. You don't even know how to be that way. It's a made-up word that sounds good, so you try to make yourself be that way, and you lie to yourself. I know people who are saying, oh, I'm loyal, and they stab you in the back while they're saying it. I'm a loyal friend. I'm a loyal husband or wife. He's not loyal to me. It ain't got nothing to do with you. That's just another made-up word. Here's what you want. You want to be right. You want the right nature. And that is the nature of God, not of the devil. Right now you have the nature of the devil. When you have that anger and stuff, you need a brand new nature, and the light will give you a new nature. It really, really will. So that's why when you go and forgive, the light comes on. When you truly see that you're wrong for hating. And then the light is destroying the abnormal nature of the devil. The fear, the doubt, the loneliness, the sadness, the anger, the this and the that. It's getting rid of all that. And once all those identities are gone, you will be made whole and you'll be fine. Then you can live right here on earth and the world will be going crazy, meeting people around you, but you'll be fine. You will have no worries, no cares, no concerns at all. You'll be fine. And you'll watch your own family members suffering, but you will understand and you won't feel a thing about it. And that's what I wanted to say when you guys were feeling when she was carrying on being crazy. And you guys were feeling something about it. The point I wanted to make, that was inside of you. It wasn't her making you feel that way. It was this false identity that you have that you think is you. And that's why, because I'm sitting here looking at her talking, and I'm just listening. I'm like, wow, this is fun. But I can see that she was searching for the truth. You know, so I can be patient with her, not feeling anything about it because I understand she's wanting what's right. And that's why I want her to be quiet and let go so the truth can catch up with you. All right? Put the Bible away for 1 week, do the silent prayer, and just watch. And don't use so many words when you speak. You know, you want some water. Husband, bring me some water from the kitchen. Don't like, husband, bring me water from the kitchen. You never bring me water. I want the water to be cold. Don't let it be hot like it was last time. It was in the wrong glass. I want it in a bottle down there. You know, just say, honey, I want some water. And leave it alone. So work on it. You'll be fine, all right? Last word. Just see your hand?
Yeah. No, I left her, right? So that's what happened when I left her. So she turned it, I ain't never seen that side of that woman. I didn't even know it existed.
Yeah.
But I left. I'm the one left.
Right.
And yeah, she turned into I don't even know who she is.
Yeah, it's always been there.
Yeah, it was terrible.
But
she tried to make my life the worst ever. Like, but yeah, so I heard that from you too.
See, that's what loyal people would do. The moment you don't agree with them or go along with them, they snap. 2 hoops and a holler away from Jeffrey Dahmer. That's what your wife did, Jeffrey Dahmer. So here's what I want to recommend for you. Don't resent her, all right? She can't help herself. It's the same spirit that's driving you to do the things you've done. It's the same spirit in her. Be glad to see it. Stay away. Do the silent prayer. Forgive her, even though you can't talk to her. And work on you, and God will blow your mind. It'll work. It's going to be amazing. All right? But don't dog her out. Don't be mad at her.
I'm not mad no more. This was over a year ago.
Right.
It was over a year ago, about almost 2, about a year and a half, something like that.
We'll do this. Are you doing the prayer?
No, I'm about to start though.
See, I told you people are dumb as a rock.
I don't actually, to be honest, I don't know how to do it. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Go to the YouTube channel, www.silentprayer.video.
Okay.
Or rebuildingtheman.com, and it'll tell you how to do it.
Okay, great.
Eventually, you won't have to use it.
Okay.
But stay here, down in LA, wherever you are. Work on you.
Yeah.
And then life will work out for
I'm
you.
from LA. We just happened to move out there.
Oh, okay.
You know, and
Well,
it's got
and don't
bad.
look back.
No.
Whatever has happened has happened.
Yeah.
You stay present. All right?
All right.
Okay. Amazing. Brand new biblical question. What was it, James? He black.
Are you a pitiful person?
Ooh. Are you a pitiful person? I'm looking at pity all over this place. Are you a pitiful person?
Absolutely negative. No.
No?
No way.
Are you a pitiful person? No. No? In the black, are you a pitiful person? No. Everybody's saying no now. Are you a pitiful person?
I am. I don't want to be, but I am.
Repeat that.
I said I don't want to be, but I am.
Yeah, and why do you say you are?
Pitiful? Because I feel sorry for myself.
Yeah. You're going to be fine now that you're seeing all this.
Yes.
This your first time here?
Yes, it is.
Are you glad you came?
Yes.
And why?
I learned a lot
Yeah.
of things not to do.
Yeah. Do the silent prayer. You haven't seen nothing yet. Stop judging yourself because there's no self to judge. It's an illusion self that's not real. Do the silent prayer. Know that God is not holding anything against you. You have never done wrong. It's that spirit making you do it. We have never made a decision our whole life, and we never will. It's impossible for human beings to make decisions. It's whatever spirit you're serving, that's what makes those decisions. And God will make them for you once you overcome the thoughts and feelings. All right?
Yes.
I'm glad you came.
Thank you.
All right. Are you a pitiful person? It's the brand new biblical question. Get on a straight and narrow path. Stay there, stay there. You will not regret it. The answer is not outside, it's inside. And once you let go of all those identities, everything you think you are, thought you were, don't let anybody put them on you, you will be resurrected. How you say that word? Resurrected. You black. Resurrected. You will be free. All right? But you got to work on you. Keep your eyes on you. Nobody, like the young lady said last Sunday, I realize it's me. Every time I point my finger at someone else, I should be pointing them to myself. Absolutely true. Your hell is your hell. Your heaven is your heaven. But you got to take responsibility. All right? We're going to do the super chats on Monday, tomorrow, if the Lord is willing, and the creek don't rise. Do the silent prayer and watch. All right? Watch. Just watch what's going on. Don't do anything about it, though. Just watch. And you'll be free. And no one can touch you once you're free. You cannot be bothered at all. No way. All right? So thank you for your support. Go to rebuildingtheman.com or buymeacoffee.com. We are having a men's forum this Thursday. Believe it or not, this Thursday is the first Thursday already of November. Isn't that amazing? Amazing. So at 7 o'clock for men only, the third Thursday for ladies at 7 for everybody on Sunday. All right, do the silent prayer. Stop judging yourself. There's no one there to judge. All right, take care and thank you for tuning in. Thank you all. Amazing fellowship today. Amazing. So what we're going to do is